Hello everyone, back tuning into today's first video, doing 5-day forecast for today's first video. So as always on a Wednesday, we're having a detailed look at the weather for the coming 5 days. It's going to be unsettled in the 5 days to come. There's going to be low pressure crashing in from off the Atlantic at times, bringing spells of wet and windy weather. There will be drier periods in between, and overall mild temperatures will be in the south. However, temperatures will be a bit up and down, and certainly for the north, there will be some quite cold temperatures at times in the 5 days ahead, even colder for a little bit of snow over Northern Hills. So get on that for you very shortly. Just to say, the website is using for the 5-day forecast are coming from westcentral.de, weatherout.com, and the radar picture we're starting off with at Galsworthy's. The second video update today will extend out beyond the 5-day forecast period time frame, and that'll be with you later on this afternoon. So this is the latest radar picture. We've had showers in the north, particularly across northern and western parts of Scotland through the course of today. Also one or two coming down into Northern Ireland. They've been quite heavy. You can see from the bright colours there are some heavy showers in places, and also a little bit wintry across northern and western parts of Scotland, particularly over high ground, but a few flakes even down to lower levels. Elsewhere, been a lot of dry weather this morning. However, the next batch of rain is just beginning to arrive in towards the far southwest of England and the far southwest of Wales. Again, some quite bright colours mixed in with that. That'll be spreading northwards and eastwards across much of England and Wales through the rest of this afternoon, this evening, and overnight tonight. Here's today's subsea pressure chart. So the next low pressure is developing down to the southwest, and that'll be pushing relentlessly northeastwards through the course of tonight in particular. So for the rest of this afternoon, we keep showers going in the northwest of Scotland. They could be a little bit wintry again over higher ground. Eastern parts of Scotland, probably a reasonable amount of dry weather, and many parts of England dry as well through the course of this afternoon, with a mix of sunny spells or bright spells and quite a lot of cloud. The southwest, we've already established rain is arriving, so it'll turn wet across southwest England and increasingly into Wales through the course of this afternoon. Temperatures in the south are still very mild. We haven't cleared away those very mild temperatures we had yesterday. So in the south, we'll be up to around 12 or 13 degrees. That's 54 to 55 Fahrenheit. In the north, though, quite a bit colder there. Far north of Scotland, only around 5 degrees Celsius. Overnight tonight, low pressure is coming in from off the Atlantic, so it'll turn increasingly wet across England and Wales, with outbreaks of heavy and persistent rain piling in from the southwest. As that rain hits the colder air further north, it might turn to snow over the Pennines, particularly at elevation. Could be a little bit of a covering of snow perhaps by the morning. Over to Northern Ireland, probably mainly dry through the first part of night, and then rain arrives by morning. Scotland should stay mostly dry through tonight. By the end of the night, the far southwest of England probably turning drier, with drier, clearer conditions into Wales, southwestern parts of England. Quite a cold night in the north of Scotland. Temperatures down very close to freezing, but down in the south, it's going to be a really mild night with temperatures holding up at around 10, 11 degrees. And with these strong southwesterly winds, we could see some local gales perhaps affecting some southern coastal counties. Into Thursday, and low pressure is in control of the weather, so we'll start off with that first batch of rain across northern England, Northern Ireland, probably getting in towards southern Scotland. Again, sleet or snow is possible over high ground, particularly the Pennines, the southern uplands of Scotland. There could be a few, some places getting a few accumulations of snow through there. Central and northern part of Scotland, mostly dry tomorrow. The rest of England and Wales, actually starting with a mainly dry morning and some sunny spells, but then this next area of low pressure, this little one just here, will bring further outbreaks of rain through Wales and southwest England, about spread northwards across the rest of England and Wales through the course of Thursday afternoon and Thursday evening. Some of that, again, could be quite heavy. As that clears away eastwards late on Thursday, we might get some gale force winds around Irish Sea coast and pushing through parts of Wales and northern England. Something to watch out for late on tomorrow, risk of some very strong winds. Temperatures in the south still very mild at around 12 degrees. Cold in the north though, only around 4 or 5 degrees for northern parts of Scotland. We'll be under a slight transient bump of high pressure for Friday, so a reasonable amount of dry weather to start Friday. However, the next area of low pressure is bearing down on the northwest by the end of the day. We start Friday mostly dry, maybe kind of a little bit of frost across central and northern parts of the country. Then we keep it mostly dry across England and Wales with sunny spells, but Scotland and Northern Ireland through the course of the afternoon we find the wind freshening, becoming windy with strong southwest winds feeding in lots of cloud from off the Atlantic, and there will be some outbreaks of rain piling into the northwestern part of Scotland by the end of Friday afternoon. Temperatures a bit colder all round, actually quite close to average really, at around 4 to 8 degrees Celsius, but it'll certainly in the south anyway feel colder than recent days. That takes us through to Friday night and Saturday morning, where it turns wet and windy in the northwest. All areas becoming quite windy by Saturday morning. And then on Saturday itself, we find a weather front pushing down from the northwest. So Saturday starts with cloud and outbreaks of rain and strong winds across Scotland and Northern Ireland. This wet and windy weather will gradually spread southwards and eastwards through the day, affecting many parts of northern England, Wales and southwest England during Saturday afternoon, leaving the Midlands and East Anglia and South East England mostly dry until Saturday evening. Following that wet and windy weather will be clearer showery conditions with sunny spells, but also some quite heavy showers, and they may turn wintry as the air becomes colder across northern and western parts of Scotland. Temperatures there starting off mild on Saturday morning, but dropping through the day, probably finishing up at around 5 degrees. In the south, though, it will be a mild day, with temperatures holding up at around 10 or 11 degrees. Into Sunday, we're into a showery westerly wind, so sunshine and showers really sums it up for Sunday. Most southern and east areas will stay dry with sunny spells, showers particularly in the north and the west, where they are likely to turn, wintry, especially across northern and western parts of Scotland as well. And there could even be some snow coming down to lower levels in the far north of the country on Sunday in most showers. It'll be a windy day as well, feeling quite cold in those winds. Temperatures again around normal at 4 to 8 degrees Celsius, but feeling colder than that with wind chill. And then we finish the 5-day forecast period on Monday with the next deep area of low pressure sweeping in from off the Atlantic. That's going to bring heavy outbreaks of rain, gale force winds to many parts of the country. We start Monday mostly dry, but as we can see from that chart, it will rapidly go downhill, becoming quite stormy even, with gales and heavy rain piling in from the Atlantic. That may turn to snow on its leading edge up in the north. Temperatures ranging somewhere from around 5 to 10, but feeling colder in those strong winds. Finally, just the charts of weather outlook. So we've got the rain coming into southwest this afternoon. Otherwise, fair amount of dry weather, but there are some wintry showers up in the north. Tomorrow looks quite wet, especially for parts of central England, and another pulse of rain will push up from the southwest during the afternoon. Much of Scotland, though, stays dry. Away from the far south of Scotland will be quite cold up in the north. Friday is a drier, colder day with sunny spells. And then wet and windy weather in the northwest on Saturday, gradually moving southwards and eastwards. Wintry showers and strong winds in the north on Sunday. And then Monday we turn increasingly wet and windy with outbreaks of rain and gales sweeping in from off the Atlantic. A very lively 5 days coming up. So in summary, we're looking at a very unsettled 5 days. Low pressure will bring heavy bouts of rain and strong winds, maybe some gales at times. There will be drier periods too. Temperatures up and down, some days reasonably mild, other days a little bit colder. Coldest temperatures will always be in the north and mildest temperatures will be down in the south. We'll extend out beyond the 5-day forecast period with today's second video update coming up later on this afternoon on the homepage at garethsweathers.com. So come back for that then. But that's all for now, and thanks for watching.